Writing and publishing a book can be a very rewarding experience, but it's difficult to actually make a living with your writing. There are 3 secrets that best-selling authors know that I'd like to tell you about in this video, but first let me tell you a bit about myself. I wanted to be a writer kind of my whole life. I used to go home with stacks of library books and devour them in an evening. I always kind of felt like writing would be my path, but when I launched my first book over a decade ago, self-published on Amazon, I thought I really did everything right. I spent a lot of time on the cover and the editing, but it failed pretty badly. I didn't make any money. I lost a lot of money publishing it. That was a difficult life lesson to learn from, and for several years I wasn't confident that I could actually publish books that were successful. So when I got my master's and my PhD in literature, I built a couple of online businesses about book design, book publishing, because I had these skills and I wanted to help other people. And during that process, I learned how to do online business. I learned how to do content marketing and build a platform and get traffic. And I started using nonfiction books to build my business and bring in new clients and leads. So I used nonfiction books to build a couple of 6-figure businesses, which kept me really busy. And I was really excited to be good at business, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do with my life. In that process, however, I got to work with a whole bunch of best-selling authors and really learn what sells a book and how to build an author platform that attracts your audience and what kind of book covers are going to perform the best on Amazon. So during that process, I got to work with a lot of best-selling authors, and I learned a lot about marketing and publishing books and book design. But one of the frustrating things was I could help them design a great cover that would attract their audience, but the cover doesn't really matter if people aren't seeing the book. So I really decided to learn about book marketing and visibility so I could help my clients to get their books seen so that my covers could start attracting the right audience and they could sell more books and hopefully make a living as an author. After I've been doing this for a lot of years, I decided I really wanted to go back to my own writing. So I spent last year writing some of my own fiction. Now that I had developed a lot of knowledge about book marketing, I was able to build a couple of blogs that get a lot of traffic quickly. I built a list of about 40,000 young adult readers because that's a genre that I write in. I networked with a lot of other young adult authors, and I did a lot of things right. So when I launched my book, I was able to I've sold about 20,000 copies of my young adult fiction so far and had over 100,000 downloads, and I've got just shy of 1,000 reviews. So I'm not doing tremendously with my fiction, but I'm doing pretty well in a short amount of time. And that's because I've learned how to do this, because I've actually been in the self-publishing and book design business for almost a decade. So there are 3 secrets I've learned from best-selling authors and from my own experience about publishing and launching books that sell and continue to earn money long-term. The first one is really write a book that people enjoy, that people like. I think a lot of authors, they just focus on writing the book that they want to write, that's their passion project, and they don't consider the readership. If you want to make a living as a writer, you have this relationship between the stuff that you're writing and the readers who are willing to pay for it. And if you don't appreciate and value your readers enough to give them something that they enjoy or that they learn from, if they don't like the book that you've written, if there aren't lots of people who are looking for the type of book that you've written, it's going to be very hard to be successful. So there are definitely ways where you can research what people are looking for and make sure that if you're spending a lot of time writing a book, you write a book with a hungry audience who's really going to love and treasure your book, because that's just an easier way to build a big platform who is happy to pay you for the time that you're putting into your books. The second one is that you need to package it professionally. And this is really difficult because if you're not a cover designer, almost always authors will decide what they want on the cover, but they won't really think about what other best-selling books in the genre or on Amazon are using on the book cover. They usually try to do something different that stands out instead of fitting in, and they make common mistakes that are going to kill sales. So getting a professional designer and designing not just a cover that you like, but a cover that is really going to attract your target audience is super important. And the third one is visibility. So once you have a well-designed cover, it's a great book that readers are going to love, you have to put it out in front of the right readers, somewhere that they're going to find it. And that could be advertising or different kinds of marketing. The problem is a lot of marketing courses or coaches, or there's a whole bunch of publicists or PR people who will give you visibility, but visibility alone won't sell books. So you really have to go back to stage 1 and 2 and make sure you have a really strong product that's going to attract and satisfy the right market, the right audience. And so all of those 3 stages are really important. So I've put together this course, which is Guerrilla Publishing, to focus on not only book marketing, but really going to the basics and developing the kind of book that's going to be successful and writing the kind of book that's going to be successful. A lot of authors just want to skip that part, but eventually, when you've published enough books and they're not making money and you want to start using your talents to write books that readers love so that you can build a successful full-time income with your writing, you do need to consider the types of books that you're writing. So this course is a basic step-by-step process to writing books that sell, and that includes doing the research, finding the right titles, keywords, subtitles, categories, how to position and design your book to attract your audience, and then all kinds of different methods for visibility, building an author platform, advertising, marketing, connecting with other influencers, getting other people to promote books for you, getting lots of reviews. I've kind of broken down everything you might possibly need to know, even some things that you aren't even on your radar yet, but will be eventually. A lot of people have questions about, does this work? Should I be focused on this? And I want to address some of those, even if I don't think it's a good idea. So there's 4 modules in this course, and the first one is just doing the outline and the research and finding what kind of book that you want to write and how to make it good enough to really satisfy readers who are already familiar with the genre. And make sure you focus on a high quality product that readers are going to love, because that's the most important thing in terms of book marketing. The second part is just book design, positioning, publishing the book, uploading the files, different kinds of distribution platforms, and where you need to have your book to reach the largest audience. The third part is actually the marketing, so how to launch a book to #1 bestseller. I've put in a few case studies and step-by-step templates and processes that you can use to launch your own book. And then finally, the fourth is kind of long-term, stable platform building stuff. So after you've launched your book, a couple months down the line, what else should you be working on? What's next in your author platform career? So there's a lot of content in this course. There's probably almost too much content, but I wanted to make sure I answered all of your questions. So no matter what questions you might have, there's probably a module or a video in there for you that'll give you the answers that you need to feel more confident in publishing the right way, so that you can spend less time marketing your books and more time going back to the stuff that's important, which is writing. However, I know that you're busy and you may not have time to watch all the videos. It's almost too much information in this course. So I've structured things a little bit differently because I want to make sure that you really get full value out of this course. So on the one hand, you can consume all the videos at your own pace and learn as much as you want to when you need it. But on the other hand, I've really wanted to focus on engagement. So when you sign up, you'll also get an email series and a workbook. And this email series will check in with you and lead you through the process. Even if you don't actively check in and watch all the videos all the time, I've tried to send you emails that'll help you to take simple steps twice a week, which won't take very much time, to see the biggest impact in sales. So even if you skip a lot of the stuff in the course and you just do the simple stuff and you do the workbook, which doesn't take a lot of time, my goal is to help you double your sales. No matter where you're starting, whether you're selling a lot of books already or you're just starting out, I want to make sure that you get enough valuable content out of the course that you can see a substantial increase in actual book sales. That's my purpose. And so besides those two, I also have a private Facebook group where you can ask me any questions. There will be engagement if you need feedback on your cover, or you have questions about publishing, or you need feedback on other parts of your other platform. And finally, I know that the most important thing, sometimes it's difficult to look at your own description or your author website or your book cover, and it's difficult to tell if it's good enough or if it's going to work, if it's going to attract the right readers, or to find what's wrong with it. Even if you learn everything that you need to, you don't have the decade of experience in publishing to be able to just quickly identify the problems and fix it. So I usually do coaching for $2,500 where I help you fix the flaws in your platform, redo your cover, make sure that you've got a product that's actually going to attract your readers and sell. So one of the other bonuses that I want to add into this course is an author website audit, which just means you can sign up for the course even if you don't do any of the activities and you don't watch the videos. Within 48 hours, I will give you a video assessment of your whole platform. I'll look at your Amazon page and your website and your book cover and your description, and I can point out really quickly some flaws that are killing conversion and that you can fix right away. So even if there's too much content to get through right now, I want to make sure you get big wins right away. So my video will walk you through things that you can work on, that you can fix, that you can change quickly, what you need to focus on to see the biggest results. And so I think that alone, that service, I could easily charge $349 for. And like I said, I was charging a lot more for that kind of consulting, but I really want to make this a valuable offer. So when you sign up to the course, you get into the membership site where you can network with other authors who are also working on fixing their own platform and selling more books. You get all the videos and courses, also a lot of the bonus courses and the bonus templates. I have templates on book design and book formatting. I have a a book giveaway app that will help you to build your email list really quickly. Basically, I want to give you everything that you need to sell books in one place. So it's one time to access the Guerrilla Publishing course, but you get a ton of free bonuses and other tools that you can use to build your platform and sell books. And then, like I said, you also get an immediate author audit where I will go through your platform and identify the red flags that really need fixing quickly. So even if you only, get that video and fix the things I talk about, you'll see an immediate increase in book sales, in conversion, and email signups. And if you have any questions, you can always just reach out to me and I'll be happy to answer them anytime. You're also going to be getting my next course, which is the 21-day best-selling author platform, which is going to be more expensive, but you get it as an added free bonus when you sign up early to this one. You're basically pre-ordering that one at 50% off. So you're going to get a lot of value in content. If for any reason you don't feel like this is what you need, if this isn't what's going to help you to become a successful author and the videos or the content just isn't resonating with you, that's totally fine. I appreciate you trying it out anyway, and I'll be happy to refund you. Just let me know and send me an email and I'll give you your money back. So if that sounds good, just scroll down to the bottom and sign up. I'm really happy to welcome you into the Guerrilla Publishing community, and I look forward to helping you double your book sales.